Looks good from there.
Yeah.
It's a lot of back end. A lot of back end. She clean.
Rotogrip's ROCKSTAR Amped is releasing soon on October 24th. Tobias is testing first, and while there's not much from the tech detail angle to talk about, we will still give you a fully detailed look at the ball like we always do. Test pattern is Kegel Chromium at Royal Crest Lanes in Lawrence, Kansas. He's using the same layout as always, so comparison balls later in the video will be laid out the same for reference. The Amped is just a Pearl ROCKSTAR, but that's great. The ROCKSTAR has been a nice blend between a stronger, smoother ball and a weaker, faster ball, giving you close to the strength of something like an Optimum Idol or Phase 2, but with more length and punch like an Idol Pro for those of you that go that far back. The NanoStar cover from the original is back too, just in Pearl form this time, polished with Power Edge. Same rocker AI core, 248RG, 050 differential, pretty solid, strong symmetric core numbers. Very similar color to the original too, so I expected just a straight up longer and sharper version of the original, and that's what we got. Now, while Global just put the Ember out, it's weaker and smoother than this one. Tobias didn't get one of those, so we'll do that comparison in Zach's video. But if you have any questions about that now, the Ember is a solid half step down from this one. NanoStar was once again developed to fit somewhere between E-Trax and Microtrax, stronger and smoother than E-Trax, but not as diggy and early and slow as Microtrax. The Amped has a very round and continuous shape. Tobias said he felt like it was basically a stronger version of Storm's Typhoon. More core and more cover, but very similar reaction shape overall. Definitely a very pleasing shape to my eyes. It reminds me a lot of the Idol Synergy, which was a favorite of mine a couple years ago. This one is stronger than that, of course, but the uber clean and quick rounder shape feels familiar. Tobias actually made a small surface change, and then we ran this back again. You'll see that coming up later, and I'll call it out where it happens. But this definitely isn't going to be a fresh condition ball for many people out of the box unless you have a drier and non-cliffed house shot. It's surprisingly clean for how relatively strong the cover is. It does seem E-Trax clean, or like Gremlin/Hyperdrive Pearl clean, but then because it's symmetric, it doesn't pick up as hard down lane as either of those two, even though it is still very quick. The asym torque of the Gremlin and the HD Pearl helps them stabilize and change direction more quickly, while symmetric balls take a bit longer to get traction and change direction, even if they are pretty responsive. He snuck a couple shots in from straighter. Now it won't like to be there for his game, but I think you can see that if you do have a straighter game, it's a nice look going down the side. Once he got past third arrow and closer to fourth, it started getting a little too clean on him. That's the reason for the surface adjustment coming up here in a minute. It just got a little too clean and flippy and was giving him some over-under as he got closer to fourth arrow. Now Zach should be fine from in here. He's more rev dominant and has a heavier roll, so the ball doesn't seem to have any natural zone limitations. It seems to be dependent on your game where you'll play with it, and I think either way it's going to want more friction or a moderate amount of transition. So again, not a fresh condition ball for the vast majority of games or conditions. This one should fit for most people. It's got enough shape to work walking it down the side for higher speeds and lower rev rates. Now, it'll be too clean on the fresh, of course, but it should be a nice transition ball to keep you straight and play on top of it. And while it's plenty quick, it shouldn't be too oppressively strong for rev-dominant or slower speed bowlers. It's going to be strong enough, but if you could throw the Optimum Idol Pearl, you can definitely throw this one. At $165 on Bowler's Mart, that's a solid price. It's nothing special, but it's still cheaper than the Ember. I'm still a little surprised at the price for that one. It's also a fair amount cheaper than Motive Steel Forge, but the GB5 Pearl is on a deal right now, so prices for this type of ball are all over the place, but I don't think there's anything wrong with the initial price for this one. I've also talked in the last several videos about the collection from CoolWick benefiting the local rescue that we support and fundraise for, which is Positive Tales KC, so I'll fast track this a little bit. We have jerseys and t-shirts and even tank tops with $5 per tank or t-shirt and $15 per jersey going to the rescue, so follow the link in the description to the collection if you're interested. Any support is greatly appreciated. Discount codes will not work on these items, of course. They're for charity, so we wanted to make sure the rescue gets as much as possible, but remember that Rosedoll 10 still does get you 10% off other items. Tobias took a very light 3000 pad to it to kind of knock the edge off the box shine while still leaving it shiny. I'm not sure you can even see a physical difference on video looking at the ball, but he went from a little clean at first to driving by 9, so he altered the ball enough to put it in better shape for him. It still didn't want to get too deep. It would take a hard... We figured out, we talked about it, later in the live comm, and it would take a hard 2000 grit to get it properly adjusted for the fresh on this condition. However, that kind of defeats the purpose of a ball like this. Let the original ROCKSTAR be the stronger ball for the fresh, and then use this one once the lanes start drying up. I think this is a solid 3-ball. It's not quite Optimum Idle Pearl strong. It's also a little cleaner and sharper, of course, but it's again definitely a ball up from the Typhoon, half a ball up from the Ember, so on and so forth. I think as far as ratings go, we're in solid B to solid A territory here. Usually I don't put such a wide range out there, but I think this one could be over, under, or inconsistent for some people. You should be able to use Surface to get it dialed in, but it's going to be a god ball for people who slow roll it a little bit more. Belmo's going to love this ball. Kyle True, Tobias also mentions in the live comm that it's definitely a Zach ball, and I agree, so it should look great for him. But it kind of feels like that yin-yang type of ball that might be a little more polarizing than usual. Once again, it's releasing soon on October 24th. Live comm with discussion and in-the-moment context is coming up next. Members, of course, will get the full version, and as always, if you have any comments or questions, please leave those down below.
Thought that was going to be good for a second.
Yeah.
Till I ringed the 10-pin.
Throw 9, get 9.
Yeah. That's what I was doing in league.
Yeah.
Left like 3 9-pins in a row. I put her up. I said, oh, let's try that again. Bad bounce. Good results, bad bounce. Looks good from there.
Yeah.
It's a lot of back end. A lot of back end.
Yeah, you're just kind of floating it there too.
Yeah.
Not even touching the holes yet.
Woo. Tight shot. 710 pickup. It's clean, it's very clean, very angular, so. That's better. That's a better shot.
Yeah.
Next zone, let's see what we can do with this one. It's not gonna get back. It's not my best of shots. Nope. See you later.
That hung on for a lot longer than I thought it would.
Yeah, then it's gone. I just think for me, I just need a little bit of surface on, just knock that top shine off it for me anyways.
Yeah, we got the time, we can do that. We can do that and run back through it.
It's a little too clean, but
yeah,
I'm gonna have to soften up a little bit with it.
Yeah, with it not having the torque of something like a hyperdrive Pearl or a Gremlin.
Yeah,
it's going to be a little over under on the fresh on something like this.
Slow it down just a little bit. Push. Slow it down just a touch, let it read a little quicker, but
yeah.
It's definitely going to be a Zach ball.
Yeah.
Zach will like it.
Yeah.
Whew. Barely got back, but got back.
Yeah.
Oh. Tried to get back, but that was just a bad shot. A little far right. Yeah, it's probably going to be like a step down from like a Hyperdrive Pearl. It's going to be like same slot as probably a Gremlin, but just symmetrical.
So, yeah.
This video was brought to you by Panda Bear Productions. We put the in bowling.